Graduates, just a quick briefing as to how this afternoon will work to make sure that you are where we need you to be in order to make sure that you're at the bottom of the stage just as your name is being called out. The most important thing to make that happen is you need to be sitting in the correct seat. So on your ticket there is a seat number. On the back of your chair there is a label, and that label has your name on it. If the label on the back of the chair does not have your name on it, then you are sitting in the wrong seat. And if you're in the wrong place, then you might not be going across the stage. Okay? So it's very important that you're sitting in the right seat. It's also important that you haven't moved your seat, because moving the seats causes the same problem. We take you out in a very specific order to make sure that how we take you up, it's how we bring you up, lines up with the script that the Dean has got. So very important that you're in the right seat. Okay, next thing I need to ask you is, can you all take your hats off? You're not yet entitled to wear them. At the end of the ceremony, sir, can you take your hat off? Thank you. At the end of the ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor will address you and will invite you to put your hats on just as she's about to confer the awards upon you. Unfortunately, if you can't get your hats on at that time, then we don't give you your award. Okay? So just a word of warning. But if you can leave your hats off at this point, leave them when you're asked to come up to the stage. Leave your hat, your bags, the programme, cameras, leave them all on your seat. If this works the way it should, you will be coming back to that seat. Okay? Now we've hopefully got you in the right seat. I'd be grateful if you could stay in that seat between now and the moment that you need to get on the stage. If you need a bathroom break, we would be grateful if you could hold on until you've been across the stage. It is a very short ceremony. We do have a bit of a break, but it's a very short ceremony this afternoon. So you simply disappearing to go to the bathroom may mean that you lose the chance to go across the stage. If you need to go, then at least speak to one of the marshals and we can give you an indication as to how long it's going to be before you get across the stage, whether or not we think you can get back in time. If you do need to go, once you've been across the stage, if you go out the double doors at the far end, the bathrooms are just out there. Okay? Okay, so the way that this afternoon is going to work then. The academic procession will come in from the doors over there. The platform party will take their seats. The Vice-Chancellor will formally open the ceremony and welcome you to the event. We'll then proceed to start to take the graduates up. And we take the graduates in a very particular order. Now, the students sitting at the front are possibly listening very carefully now because you think you're going first. It's okay, you can relax, because we work from the back. So, sir, you are the first person, so if you get it right, we're going to be fine, because everybody's going to be following you. If you go wrong, then we could be here for a long time, okay? So when we ask you, and the marshals will come and take you row by row, we ask you all, one row at a time, when you are called, if you get up and walk that way along your row. You're never coming up here. Always walk along the row towards the wall. As you get to the end of the row, your name will be checked to make sure that you are who you think you are. You'll then walk up here. Alison will be standing at the bottom of the stairs, and she will check your name again, just to make sure you haven't got lost between coming out of your seat and getting to the bottom of the stairs. You'll wait at the bottom of the stairs until your name is called by the Associate Dean for the faculty. When you go across the stage, you are shaking hands with two individuals, the Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor. You don't shake hands with everybody sitting on the stage. It's just the two people who were standing in the middle. Off the stage at the far end, down the far side of the chairs, along the back, and then up this aisle to then slot back in. And if you go back in that way, you will never have to step over anybody to get to your seat, because the route will be clear. So it's out that way, across the stage, down and round the back of the room, up here and in. There will be marshals all around the room pointing you in the right direction. So don't panic about getting back. Can you make sure, it's just because I heard one going off, can you make sure, and I ask everybody here to do this, can you make sure your mobile phones are switched off or switched to silent, please? Particularly the graduates. If you've got deep pockets and your phone is staying in your pocket, we don't want it going off just at the moment that you're walking across the stage. So we can, to a large extent, control what happens getting you from where you are now to the bottom of these steps. We can pretty much control from the end of those steps to getting you back to your seat. We can't control what happens between the top step here and the top step over there. How you go across the stage is entirely up to you. I would give you a suggestion as to how you might do it. So your name is called Martin Finlayson. It is probably true to say that for this afternoon, you are the most important people in the room. But it is also probably true to say that this ceremony isn't really for you, it's for the people sitting over here. They want to enjoy your walk across the stage. They want to take pride in your walk across the stage. I guarantee you will not forget how to walk from that step to that step. You will still remember how to put one foot in front of the other, irrespective of how high the heels might be. So don't scurry across the stage like a frightened rabbit caught in headlights. Take your time, let your family, your loved ones, your friends see you go across the stage and milk it for all it's worth. As I say, as you go across the stage, it's just the two people that you're shaking hands with. You come off, you take your seat again. We will have a short break in the middle where the president of the Students' Union will address you, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the students. At the end of the ceremony, the Chancellor will address you, and then the Vice-Chancellor will confer the awards upon you. One or two final points. Firstly, and I say this to everybody in the room, this is a celebration. It is a very bijou ceremony. It's very small, very discreet, but make as much noise as you can when people are going across the stage. We don't expect you to sit and quietly clap, cheer, shout, take the roof off. Second point, some of you may be Twitterers or tweeters. You may have seen on the TV screens around the room there is a hashtag, Away the Grads. Please feel free to comment, let us know what you've got planned for the day, how much you've enjoyed the day. We always enjoy seeing those comments up there. And then finally, if there is anybody who is staying in the Northeast overnight, anybody who's likely to be back here later on in the month, the Stadium of Light is offering all graduates 2 free tickets. And that's for the football game tomorrow against Stoke, or the football game on the 12th of December against Watford. So if you were coming back up, you were able, and you wish to, you can take advantage of that. If you would like to do that, if you go to the Futures stand in Black Cat's Bar after the ceremony, you can get a voucher and then exchange that voucher at the ticket office. So on behalf of the graduates, on behalf of the university, many thanks to the stadium for that offer to all our graduates all week. And finally, I hope you have a really good afternoon. I hope you've got some things planned for this afternoon after the ceremony. Congratulations once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the University of Sunderland's Academic Awards ceremonies. Could all of our guests please make sure that your mobile phones are either switched off or switched to silent? Thank you. You're all welcome to take photos and video throughout the ceremony, but we do ask please that guests stay in their seats while they're doing so. So if you get up and move around, you'll block somebody else's view and maybe spoil their enjoyment of the ceremony. The actual conferment of the awards upon the students here this afternoon are at the very end of the ceremony, so we'd ask you all to stay in your seats until the ceremony is over. In the unlikely event of a fire or other emergency, there'll be an announcement made through this PA system, and the stadium stewards will guide you out of here to a safe point of assembly. And finally, particularly for our guests, this is a time of celebration and a time for you to show your appreciation of our students who are graduating here today. So please feel free to ensure that they can hear your applause, your cheers, and your appreciation. We hope that you all enjoy the ceremony. And now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please all stand?
Please be seated. I am pleased to welcome members of the choir Dodici Voce to open the ceremony.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would wait forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. With every step you take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same, gave you another name, switch up the batteries. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. No, with all of your heart, you can't shake me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. No, with all of your heart, you can't shake me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. When I I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. Slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobbled stones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Feeling groovy. At a lamppost, what you knowing? We've come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do-do-do-do, feeling groovy. Feeling groovy. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba, feeling groovy. Got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy. Ba-ba-ba, feeling groovy. Ba-ba-ba, feeling groovy. Slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Feeling groovy. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-bum-ba. Feeling groovy. Bum-ba-dum-ba-bum-ba-bum-ba. Feeling groovy. Bum-ba-dum-ba-bum-ba-bum-ba. Feeling groovy. He was a famous jumping man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was a top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. He really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. A boo, a two, a boogie, a do. He blows 8 to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless his bass and guitar are playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was some boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he played his boogie-woogie bugle, he was busy as a busy bee. And when he played, he made the company jump at 8 to the bar. He was the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. Da-doodly-yada, doodly-yada, doo-doo. He blows 8 to the bar. Can't put an order for bass and guitar playing with him. And the company jumps and he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. He puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bride. They clap their hands and stamp their feet, 'cause they know how it goes when someone gets to the beat. Whoa, whoa, it wakes them up when they play reveille. The boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. A boo, a two, a boogie, a do-do-do-do-do-do-do. 8 to the bar. Can't put an order for bass and guitar and oh, hum, hum. The company jumps and he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B.
I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Mrs. Shirley Atkinson, to address you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and first of all, a very big thank you to our a cappella group there, Dodici Voce. We're very, very fortunate that they had time to come and sing for us this afternoon because they are incredibly busy with their singing schedule, and I hope you enjoyed that. So, to the ceremony itself. Chairman, distinguished guests, colleagues, friends, families, and graduates, may I offer a very sincere welcome to the University's Academic Awards ceremony for London campus. You are very special to us, as our London campus is an integral part of the University of Sunderland. We are delighted that you have chosen to come to Sunderland for your graduation ceremony, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this great venue. And my thanks go to the staff at the football club who work tirelessly to make our graduations so special. I am pleased to be the first to offer my warmest congratulations to our graduates. This is your day, and after all of your hard work, you thoroughly deserve to celebrate. I'd particularly like to thank the families and friends of our graduates, who we know support you throughout your time with us. I'm delighted to say that this afternoon we have with us our Chairman of the Board of Governors, Paul Callaghan, who today is our guest speaker, and you'll hear from him in a little while. Paul is one of the region's most successful businessmen. As chairman of the Leighton Group, he has built and operated a range of successful businesses that deliver leading technological and communication solutions worldwide. Clients include British Airways, Tourism Australia, Sage and Asda. Paul plays a significant role in business and culture in the region. He was formerly chair of the Regional Development Agency and is currently chair of the Sunderland Economic Leadership Board, Newcastle Gateshead Initiative and the Live Theatre in Newcastle. Paul is passionate about nurturing and encouraging entrepreneurs and has employed many University of Sunderland graduates who have gone on to become very successful. Paul, you are a devoted supporter of this university and a dearly valued friend. We are very grateful to have you here today. I'd now like to just briefly share some of the university achievements over the past year. In January, we received the full results from the Research Excellence Framework, the process by which the quality of research within UK institutions is measured. 40% of our staff took part in this exercise, and we were thrilled to learn that all 13 areas submitted were classified as internationally excellent, with 10 rated as world leading. We also received excellent results in the National Student Survey, the measure used to assess the quality of the student experience in the sector. We received our highest ever overall satisfaction rating, and we have a number of subject areas in the top 5 in the UK for teaching, assessment and feedback, and personal development. The quality of the student experience is also becoming evident in other areas. Figures this year show the increasing number of graduates going into professional jobs. 93% of students last year were in jobs or further study within 6 months of graduating. And as well as investing in research, exceptional teaching staff, and industry engagement, we continue to build on our substantial estate here in the North East. In July next year, we will have completed Phase 2 of our Sciences Complex, which includes a world-class, innovative point-of-care testing facility, exemplar learning and teaching spaces, and high-end research laboratories. This time next year, we'll open our new Centre for Enterprise and Innovation, and the £10 million centre will offer space, facilities and expertise for student entrepreneurs and new startups, and will be the gateway to enterprise and innovation across the university,
including for students from London. It will also be home to the North East's first Fab Lab. Investments such as these will further increase our contribution to the UK economy. We deliver a 20-to-1 return on investment for every pound of public money that comes to the university, while supporting 5,300 jobs in the UK. Our global impact is also growing. We currently have around 10,000 international students from 89 nationalities studying at our campuses here in Sunderland, in London, and with university and college partners in 20 countries across the world. I'm delighted that our efforts over the past year have been recognised nationally, and we were recently shortlisted across several categories of the Times Higher Education Awards, the equivalent of the Oscars in higher education. And of course, our dedicated staff in London provide a superb and exceptional experience for our students in Canary Wharf. Our National Student Survey results for our campus in London were exceptional, with almost 90% of students reporting satisfaction with their experience, and our postgraduate students showing exceptional levels of satisfaction. This high-quality teaching and support in London is supplemented with world-leading research and excellent links with industry. And I was hearing this morning about the MBA Challenge, which some of you may have been involved with, and the visit to Liber Cranes, just on the other side of the river, and that some of you have been to Switzerland. Fantastic initiatives, all of which will have a positive impact on your career prospects. My congratulations to everyone at London campus. I'd like to now turn to you all and first of all offer my sincere thanks and appreciation to the parents, guardians, families and friends within the audience, many of whom will have travelled some distance to be here this afternoon. Thank you for that. I have no doubt that without your support, our graduates today would have had a much more difficult time to get to the end goal. Secondly, to the marvellous, dedicated and uplifting staff of this institution, and particularly the staff based in London, I offer my sincere thanks. To all of our academic and support staff, your engagement with our students, your unwavering support for their aspirations, and your profound belief that student success is our ultimate goal is inspiring. And finally, most importantly, to our graduates, our very, very warmest congratulations. You represent the success of the institution, and you make us feel very proud. Celebrate this moment, remember those who helped make it possible, and look forward to the future with pride, enthusiasm, and passion. We hope we've helped you build confidence. We hope we've helped you enjoy experiences and meet people you never imagined possible. And we hope you've made enduring connections and built lifelong friendships through your time here. Most importantly, we hope we've shown you new ways of thinking and problem solving that will enable you to become the leaders of tomorrow. This will not happen overnight, of course, but your personal growth and achievements, whilst here with us, will stand you in good stead to remain open and receptive to new thinking, curious and creative, and resilient and purposeful when times are not so straightforward. We hope you remain in contact with us, and when you do look back at your time in London at the University of Sunderland, remember it with fondness and as life-changing. Please enjoy the ceremony. Remember to clap and cheer your friends as they walk across the stage, and enjoy your moment in the spotlight. It is so very well deserved. Thank you.
I now call upon Mr. Stephen Levitt, the Associate Dean of the Faculty of Business and Law, to make his presentation.
Vice-Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting the following who have been awarded the degree of Master of Business Administration. Abdullah Al-Noman. Saida Salma Ali. Atikur Rahman Chowdhury. Tawhidur Rahman. Shamim Ahmed. Suju Karatat Sudhir. Sabine Matthew. Badan Paul. Wakaz Zahid Sheikh. Satyajit Vasudev. Mohammed Nazmul Ahashan. Kwasi Agye Boateng. Zishan Ali. Fei Deng. Posh Bahadur Gurung. Tala Tahir. Anu Tuli.
I now call upon Mr. Bilal Raja, President of the University of Sunderland Students' Union, to address you.
Thank you very much. Vice-Chancellor, Chairman, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, and fellow parents and students, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my journey of Sunderland today. I came here as all of you came 3 years ago as an international student, and I started my journey with the degree of Business and Management. Then in my second year, I became the president of business school. And then I continued that journey, and that journey gave me courage. And other people were telling me, like, don't go for president of student union. You are an international student. It's very difficult for you. But I went for that, and this university shows me how diverse it is, and it has the opportunities equal opportunities for everyone. So I summarize my journey in one of my poems, which I've written during one of my lecture in the class. So I would like to share with you. Right. Just for a piece of paper, traveled halfway around the world, without the sun, without the moon. A bright morning, a dark night. Became a sunshine, struggled a lot to push the clouds away. Got the light, opened my eyes. Found so many shining stars. They fill my sky and my scars. I opened my heart and saved them. Like the precious oxygen, I inhaled them. I came here for a piece of paper, but found here more than piece of paper. True friends helped me a lot and became my family. Made my life easy and straight. By the grace of Almighty God, I'll get the piece of paper and skills for the life, and will go back home and start a new life by the help of this piece of paper. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
I now call upon the Associate Dean of the Faculty of Business and Law to resume his presentation.
Sheikh Haza Khalifa Sultan Shakbut Al Nahyan. Mohammed Jahangir Alam. Suresh Gurung. Mohammed Saiful Haq. Saad Javed Malik. Mohammed Zilur Rahman. Nusrat Jahan Mohammed Siddiq Sheikh. Chinonzo Cristovio Ugachukwu. Vice-Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting the following who have been awarded the degree of Master of Science in Tourism and Hospitality. Amandeep Kaur. Pratana Paryankit Pezal. Kagaraj Sapkota. Chalandarat Vichit Harararak. Vice-Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting the following who has been awarded the Postgraduate Diploma in Management Studies. Masoom Billah. Vice-Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting the following who has been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Garfield Sibanda. Vice-Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting the following graduate. Iseuma Tina Obile.
I now call upon Waqaz Zahid Sheikh to give a vote of thanks on behalf of the student body.
Good afternoon, Vice-Chancellor and all of you. Today is something I cannot forget. Today is something we cannot forget, just because of you guys. Yes, today we are here to celebrate our most honorable day of our life. On behalf of all the students graduating this afternoon from the Faculty of Business and Law, I would like to propose a vote of thanks. I would like to thank all the staff of the university who taught, who supported, who motivated our years of study at the time when we stuck in the middle, when deadlines were looming, our revision and anxiety was setting in. You were there to guide us. I would like to thank academic, technical, admin, and support staff who were always there to resolve our issues in a very positive and a very kind way. Few of us would be here today if it wasn't for the support of our families, our loved ones who have been there for us throughout. I want to say so much, but I can hardly find the words. So I will just say that you are the greatest blessings in my life. As we all move on to an exciting new future, the University Alumni Association work hard to maintain contact with all the graduates. So let's keep in touch through our online community at www.sunderland.ac.uk/alumni. So best wishes to my fellow graduates and thanks to all of you.
I now call upon Mr. Paul Callaghan to address you.
Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies, gentlemen, graduates and friends. Isn't it a wonderful day? Isn't this a wonderful celebration? A celebration of what you've been able to achieve, and it is so fantastic to have so many of your family and friends. Many have come thousands of miles to come here to be part of this celebration today with us. Our Chancellor, who you may know, is Steve Cram, who's one of the great middle distance runners of all time. Man who's won gold medals, world records. And he would often come and speak here, but he's away because his job is also, he's the BBC athletics correspondent. And what he does is he goes all around the world and he talks about people running around a track, and some of them are winners. Well, I think today I've got the best job because I've stood here and the world has come to me, and I've watched these people walking across this stage, and all of them are winners. It is a celebration of you as winners, winners in academic terms, but also winners in terms of your future. What I think is, one of the first rules of giving a speech like this is to be brief. I intend to be reasonably brief, but I would like to talk about one thing. I'd like to talk about life. About life. I've looked at you as you walked across the stage, and you look a pretty healthy lot. You look fit, healthy, good-looking, intelligent. You've got a lot going for you. But I've estimated that your life expectancy is most probably 90, or even by that time, 100 years. Now, in that time, you will have lived on this earth about 35,000 days. 35,000 days. And yet, in that 35,000, there's most probably only 100 days. Not 101, not 99, 100 days that are the special days. The days that will change your life. The days where your life trajectory will change. And today is one of them. Today is one of those special 100 days. And why is that? Well, because you've achieved something that's not only a way of showing how clever and how hardworking and determined you are to employers and to others, but most importantly, it's to yourself. It shows that you can do it. You can achieve, and just think about when you started in education, higher education, just think of all the people who dropped out, the people who couldn't stay the course, the people who thought that they were good enough but turned out not to be. You are here today as proof of your ability to stay the course. You want to be really, really proud of what you've been able to achieve. So now you've achieved something, what should you do with it? What should you do with your life? I think you need to push yourself. You need to push yourself into areas that perhaps are a little bit outside your comfort zone. You sometimes need to take risks. I don't mean standing on edges of cliffs. I mean doing things that perhaps you wouldn't think you were capable of doing in the past. But now, because you've proved to us and to everybody your ability, you can take those risks. It's very easy, you know, to let the days just pass. You wake up in the morning, you go to bed at night, you wake up in the next morning, you go to bed, and suddenly the days go into weeks and into months, into years, and you've done nothing. And suddenly your life is passing by. Grab every day, grab every opportunity that you can, and try and achieve something. I look back on my life, and I think it's not the things that I did, that I've done, that I regret. It's the things that I haven't done, the chances that I didn't take. The opportunities were there for me that I somehow didn't think I was good enough to take. Do it. Really do it. Go out there, and one thing you're going to find out, and some of you are younger, some of you are older, life isn't pre-planned, you know. There isn't like somebody at the beginning said, right, well, at the age of this you'll do that, and the age of that you'll do that, and that's the job you're going to do. Life is essentially a blank canvas that you can change, you can mold to your own way of life. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to take responsibility for your own life, your own career, and go out and do it. So take a few chances. If you can, find the thing which you're really passionate about. And it might be music, it might be saving the world, it might be business. I don't know what it is. It's very different. Find something that you're really passionate about, really gets you going. And if you can do that, life becomes quite easy because you are involved in something that you really like. So find a passion and follow that passion, follow that dream. I sometimes wonder when people, if I say to people, what's your objective in life? And they say, oh, I want to make as much money as I can. I want to have the biggest house. I want to have the best car. That's what my ambition is. Let me tell you, if your ambition is materialistic, if your ambition is to make the most money that you can and have the biggest house that you can and the best car that you have, you will always be disappointed because there will always be somebody who will make more money than you, who will have a bigger house and a better car. Believe me, some of the most unhappy people I know also happen to be the richest people I know. Doesn't correlate. Money doesn't necessarily bring happiness. Material goods doesn't necessarily make you a happier person. So try and think about your life in terms of what you can do, not just for yourself, Don't be selfish. Think about what you can do for your family, for your friends, for your wider circle, for your community, and for your country. You know, I'm standing here and I'm saying you are educated, you are intelligent, you've managed to get a higher qualification. That's wonderful, but actually it also brings with it responsibility, because it's the intelligent and the educated people in this world who will change the world. If we don't take responsibility for the problems of the world, for the poor, the disadvantaged, if we, the lucky ones, the ones with intelligence and education, if we don't take responsibility, then who will? Who will? How can the world change? I look at my own generation, and I think back to when I was your age, when I was in my 20s and 30s, and I wanted to change the world, and we've changed it in some ways, but we haven't changed it enough. We still have so many problems, and that I think it's now we are passing the baton to you to do that. So, don't be a mouse. Don't sit back and let things happen. Don't sit back and moan quietly when you see things that are going wrong. Let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard. When you see injustice, let your voice be heard. When you see discrimination, let your voice be heard. When you see fascism on the left or on the right, let your voice be heard. When you see governments here or in your own country that care more for the rich and the privileged than the poor and the disadvantaged, let your voice be heard. Wherever you let your voice, whether it's in the schoolroom, in the law room, in the workroom, just let your voice be heard. Let logic and reason and argument be your weapons. That's how you change the world. You are smart people. Use that. Use your education and go out and change the world. Go out with some real fire in your belly. We talk about a university here being life-changing. Well, let's change your life and change other lives. Let me just leave that for a second. Let me turn over here to the rest of the audience here. I'm going to speak to two other sections of the audience other than the graduates. First of all, I'd like to speak to our staff sitting here. I'm chairman of the university, and I don't often get the chance to speak directly to the people who deliver such wonderful educational experience to our students. And I know from the applause that they get and from the compliments that they get, particularly from that wonderful speech, about what they do, the difference that they make. I am very proud of this university and the people who teach here and the people who support within this university. The people who make the libraries work and the computers work and people who clean the toilets. These are all part of this institution. And I am very proud of what you do and very proud of you. I'd then like to turn to the rest of the people here. The friends, the family who've come today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making this journey here to share this with us. We really appreciate you being here, but most importantly, we really appreciate everything you've done for the people who've crossed this stage today. Many of you were there at the beginning. Many of you were there when you had to change nappies or first day at school. First day at school. Did you ever imagine that the first day of school that they'd end up walking across and getting a master's degree or, bachelor's degree? You might have had those dreams, but today comes with a mix of relief and pride. You've helped them all the way. You helped them when they had their first romance and it broke down, when they came home and cried. You helped them when they ran out of money. You helped them all through. You gave them the ethical values, the direction which has allowed them to get to here. And then they've come away. Many of them have left their home country. They've come to the UK, living in London, big city, and you might be living thousands of miles away. And yet, they haven't gone off the rails. They've worked hard. They've delivered. This is down to you. This is down to the support and the help that you've given them. So thank you very much. You should be very proud, even the little ones. Hello. You see, she's waving back to me. Okay. And finally, I'm going to say just a few words to the wonderful graduates that we've got. I am so pleased. This is always the highlight of my year, you know, to be able to stand at graduation and shake people's hands. Because I see the culmination of all of the work and the planning and the strategy. We sit in board meetings looking at balance sheets and deciding what we're going to invest and how we're going to hire staff. And at the end of the day, it's actually about you people. It's actually about you people coming away with a good education, a qualification that's actually going to change your life. So to be able to stand here today is, as I say, one of the pleasures of my life. You should be very proud. You should be proud of yourselves, proud of what you've achieved. Hopefully, you should be proud of our university. You're now part of our university. When I go throughout the world, and I do travel a lot, Sunderland is known for two things. It's known for its university, and it's known for its football club. And when you go home, whether it's in the Gulf or in Indian subcontinent or China or Southeast Asia, I will bet that at one point in the future, you will switch the television on and you will see Sunderland beating Manchester United at the Stadium of Light. I can but dream, right? I'm telling them to think big, right? So you're watching the TV and you're seeing Sunderland beating Manchester United 4-0 and Louis van Gaal walking head down. And you will turn to the people next to you and you'll say, that's where I got my degree, from Sunderland University. And I'm proud of that place, and that place has helped change my life. Thank you very much for coming to our university, and thank you very much. Have a wonderful life now.
I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor to confer the awards on those students presented here today and on those who are qualified but are unable to be present.
Okay, everyone, so it falls to me to close the ceremony. And first of all, a big thank you for the vote of thanks from the student. We receive your good wishes and your thanks with great pride, as Paul said. Thank you to Bilal for having the courage to stand up and read a poem that you wrote yourself. That is fantastic. Perhaps you should be doing creative writing, Bilal, as your next step. You know. And of course, a big thank you to Paul for his inspirational speech, as ever. Some really lovely words. But now, the final moment of the ceremony. So would all of our graduates please stand and place your mortarboards on your head? Cameras ready. Are they all looking good, Karen? I can see you sorting out over there. Yes. Kind of. That's good. Kind of all lined up. Oh, a little bit of bother at the front. That's okay. All looking very beautiful. Okay, ready to go. By the authority vested in me as Vice-Chancellor of the University of Sunderland, I now formally admit you to the degrees, diplomas and certificates for which you have been presented here today. Many congratulations to you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the ceremony. Would you please stand as the procession leaves?